Like there was a massive breach of royal security over that recent health scare regarding this particular senior royal. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today in the very heart of a slightly dismal London. Yes, that's to be said. Now we've got the cold back, and according to a particular news channel over here, up in Scotland recently, we had wild bushfires, which turned out to be nonsensical again. You know, when you think about these news channels, I keep pointing it out, they're absolutely nutty, aren't they? They don't bother checking anything. And basically, it was sadly just a small burning fire, not wildfires at all, but they put it across the. I mean, you just couldn't make this stuff up, could you? One thing, of course, we have to take seriously over here in the United Kingdom is the security of the royals. It's an ongoing battle, as many people know, and of course, very costly. But sometimes do the royals get it wrong themselves? As ever, let me explain. How are you? Nice to see you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Lovely to have your company. By the way, I can see you all agree with me about the cost of the theatre, £300 a seat. It's not that, is it? If you really like someone, I get it, you know, you might want to see them in the flesh. I remember going to see Madonna in a play in a theatre over here, early noughties, 2004, something like that. And I was lucky enough to be given a press ticket. And even though I'm a fan, I thought, you know, not that bothered, you know what I mean? Because it's just costly. You could do so many other things with it. Always good to get your thoughts on these stories, though. We're the sensible mob, aren't we? Now, one person that might be accused of not seriously being sensible is the freshly discharged from hospital, none other than, of course, His Majesty the King, King Charles III. You see, as we know, he has the tightest of security around him. When you see him, I don't know if you know this, but when you see those people around him when he's doing those walkabouts and stuff, do not be fooled into thinking that he's not that very well protected, because, and I have to share this with you, a lot of the guards that he's with, they have false arms in their suits, which basically means that although it looks their arms are down by their side, they're not. They're clutching a gun inside their pocket, inside their jacket, so they can react very seriously and very quickly. As I told you before, many years ago now, when Meghan Markle famously got out of that car and very nicely, possibly to her own, detriment, closed the door because she thought she was just being polite. The reason why car doors are left open when royals arrive is to bundle them in, in case something happens, something breaks out. So Meghan, again, by default, seemingly did the wrong thing. Harry didn't tell her about that. But did the king do the wrong thing, as I say, leaving hospital? Because look at this. That's right, as he discharged himself from hospital at the London clinic following the prostate, operation, he got in the car alongside Queen Camilla, and then they were about to drive off. And then I've been told that he got the most almighty telling off, not just from the Queen, but of course from his own security team too. He decided to wind down the window to wave to many well-wishers, of course, who were there to see him off. But you see, there's a bigger problem attached to that, and that is it is a security scare. What if somebody directly wanted to place a gun inside there? This is the world we live in. This is what I've been told security really dressed down His Majesty the King on. Of course, we saw it, didn't we, the Platinum Jubilee with Meghan Markle and Harry when they didn't want to be seen, but then she very tactfully wound down the window as they drove away. It is for their own good, it is for their own protection, but seemingly I can understand why His Majesty the King wanted to wave to well-wishers, and perhaps in a moment of not clear clarity decided, I'll just do this. Trust me, I've been told he won't be doing that again in a hurry. Always good to share. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.